Hi everyone, it's Missy Me from Camden Public Library, and it is still National Library Week for one more day. And I want to talk really quickly about a few books, a few of my favorite books that are all about libraries. So one of my favorite series is Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library by Chris Grabenstein. And there are, I think, 3 or 4, at least 3, in this series. And this is about puzzles and getting to the same answer different ways, researching at a library. These kids compete in a competition at a library, and they all go about it a different way. And they have to think of other solutions to problems. They can look online, they can look in books, they can puzzle out things. There's just a million different ways, and this is that story. This was a Maine Student Book Award winner, the year that it came out. And yeah, fabulous book series. Kids really like this. If you haven't read it, you should. This one, historical fiction, Lumber Camp Library, illustrated by James Burdine, and Natalie Kinsey Warnock is the author. And this is the story of Ruby, who lives in a lumber camp, and she's 8 years old, and she would rather be there, but she loves reading. And yeah, you just have to read it. And yeah, it's an old time story, and I loved it. And it's a really quick read. So if you're looking for a really good, fun historical fiction and you want a quick read, this will give you a little taste. And right here in Maine, we used to have lumber camps all over, and Camp Tanglewood used to be a lumber camp. My great-grandma used to cook there. This one is The Library of Ever, and it is by Zeno Alexander, and this is about her parents who are traveling the globe. Lenora is bored, and until she discovers a secret doorway into the ultimate library. It's maze-like, reality-bending, marvelous library, and yeah. She becomes the newly appointed 4th assistant apprentice librarian, and the rest is history. You need to check it out. It's a really fun, really imaginative story. So, The Library of Ever. And this one by Django Wexler is The Forbidden Library. And this one is about Alice, who always thought that fairy tales had happy endings until she is changed after meeting her first fairy tale, like right there. And Alice dutifully goes off to live with her uncle, and in a massive library full of books she's been forbidden to read. She finds herself inside a book. Really cool. So, another library book. I'm going to tell you about a couple more. These are actually some YA. Those others were like middle grade fiction. So this is one incredible story. I have talked about this before. It's based on the true story of Dita Kraus, who was the librarian. I think she was age 16 when she was in Auschwitz, and she was the librarian of, I believe, 8 books. This is by Antonio Iturbe. It is translated from Italian, and what an incredible historical fiction. This story is about her protecting and lending out these libraries, these books, and hiding them and keeping them hidden so that the children and adults in the library could keep them and use them and teach from them. And they were torn and ripped, and she kept them in the best condition she could, and hid them from the Nazis. Really, really incredible story. This one, if you like Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, this is number 3 in it, The Library of Souls, and it is an incredible story that is built around, let's see if I can find one. It is built around antique, obscure photographs that Ransom Riggs collects, and they're just like really weird and old. Some of them are magical. Like this one, angel wings. So you gotta see it. And there's some other incredible photographs. And the story is woven around and through and with those photographs and the kids at Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. And this one is The Library of Lost Things by Laura Taylor Namey. From the moment that Darcy, genius, learned to read, she spent most of her time in the world of books. She can avoid her mother's hoarding and pretending her life is ordinary, but she can't keep doing that when the landlord comes to collect the rent or do renovations, because she can't hide her mother's obsession anymore. And it's a crushing story about mental illness and how a teenager has to cope or is trying to cope through books. Yeah. So check out some or all of these incredible books. Bottom 4 are middle grade fiction, top are YA, but they are all incredible reads having to do with libraries to celebrate National Library Week. Happy National Library Week. Happy reading, Miss Amy.